The Attorney General is the state's top prosecutor, so how does your experience as an attorney, a state legislator, a military veteran, and a businessman equip you for this position?
Well, I've been a veteran. I was a military prosecutor, a JAG officer. So I've prosecuted criminal cases all the way up to the national security level. I did those for the military and the DOD. So I've been a prosecutor. I've worked in the criminal justice field. But where my opponent has not worked is in the second very large division of the Attorney General's office. That's called the Civil and the Administrative Division. My law firm today fights the federal government for a living. We do what's called regulatory and administrative law. We fight a government that is overreaching and overbearing. We fight those regulations and those policies, and my law firm alone has put $17 billion in economic impact back into South Carolina. As the state's next Attorney General, I could do that, and I could do it very well, even on a larger scale.
Now, one of the things that has been on your agenda, as you say, that you will be reducing the backlog of violent crime cases. How big is that backlog, and how would you attack that?
Yeah, so it's pervasive. It's terrible in every single county in the state of South Carolina. All 46 counties have a backlog, a 4 or a 5-year backlog of violent crime. There are some counties that are much worse than others. For instance, Greenwood and Orangeburg have over 700 cases that are over 4 years old, violent crime cases that are over 4 years old. You would think that a county like Horry County that has 20 million people coming by car every year would have a tremendous backlog because lots of cases. But Horry County's actually got one of the lowest in the nation. So this tells me that this is a leadership problem. We have cops that are doing their jobs, putting bad guys away, but we have some prosecutors that aren't doing their jobs. And this brings in an important question. Do we need another prosecutor that is going to, objectively or not objectively be able to look and oversee his friends? I think it's important that we have an outsider, somebody that's not an elected solicitor right now that can oversee this system, make sure that people are held accountable and prosecutors are doing their job.
We are hearing from law enforcement all throughout the state that there's a new wave of drug trafficking, an increase in human trafficking in South Carolina. Is that true, and what would you do as AG to try and stave that off?
Yeah, I helped the current Attorney General create the Human Trafficking Task Force. There's actually a big problem right now with cartel narcotics and human trafficking all sort of working together in South Carolina, doing both drugs and human trafficking. So yes, absolutely. I've participated in that process. I helped fund that process. I helped stand that process up with the current Attorney General. It's becoming a larger and a larger problem, especially as we have more illegal immigration pour into South Carolina. A lot of those young females are being trafficked, and a lot of the young males are being used to move drugs. It's a terrible problem, and we have to get a hold of it, and I'm absolutely ready and prepared to do that.
And finally, Senator Goldfinch, what would you say is the biggest threat facing South Carolina, and how would you allay that threat?
Well, I think you got to look at what the 3 divisions of the Attorney General's office are, right? You've got the Criminal Justice Division, and we've already talked about what I think is the most pressing issue, the violent crime backlog. After a case gets 4 or 5 years old, the investigators go away, they get moved to a different jurisdiction, the witnesses disappear or die, the case goes stale. And when the case goes stale, a prosecutor dismisses that case or pleads it down to something we're not comfortable with. That is unacceptable in my South Carolina. We have to have prosecutors willing to do their job and not just concerned about a conviction rate to get reelected. We have to have somebody that's willing to oversee those prosecutors and make sure they're doing their job. That's #1 priority on the criminal justice side. On the second side, the civil and the administrative side, we have to fight the federal government if we end up with a Gavin Newsom or a Kamala Harris in 2028.
Senator Stephan Goldfinch, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much.
And the Republican runoff is next Tuesday. The Republican will face the Democratic candidate, which is Stephen Riesick. He ran unopposed in the Democratic primary. And of course, the seat is left vacant by Attorney General Alan Wilson, who is in the primary runoff for governor. Nigel?